Hi, and welcome to Daisy Knits, episode 2. I'm Daisy, a muggle named Jennifer. You can catch me as Daisy Knits on Instagram or Daisy on Ravelry. Like I said, episode 2. Let's give it a whirl. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for everybody for the kind remarks on Instagram, on Ravelry, on YouTube. Thank you for your sweet remarks. It was a little nerve-wracking to try this, but I've had such great reviews, I thought I'd do it again. And special thank you to Sock Bunny. She was a huge boost. So thank you, Kimberly. I really appreciate that. Extra hugs when I see you in February. Yay! So, I don't know about your week. It's been a little busy around here. So I will share what I've got done and what I'm still working on. This is the sock that I had last week. I was right about here. As you can tell, I finished sock number 1. This is for my husband. It is Fiber Nymph Dye Works. I believe it's the Bounce Base, the Minnesota Nice colorway. I received it in my knitting Knitpocalypse, I always say just DK, goodie bag last year. And let's see if we can get in. This is the pattern. It's the Mr. Invested pattern. I always say that wrong. And I did modify it to have that garter in here. So sock number 1, done. Sock number 2 is just a wee little toe. That's as far as I've gotten. But progress has been made. So, and they do fit. I had him try them on already. They are good to go on that part. So that's project number 1. Project number 2 got quite a bit of love as well. This is my purse knitting, traveling around, sitting and waiting on the kids here and there. So I was a stitch marker last week. It's just a tube. I will do a true afterthought heel. But sock number 1, it's in the bag. Minus the heel, of course. Sock number 2 is just a wee little toe. I got toes this week. That's about it. This is Yarn Geek Fibers. Let me pull out this ball. It is gorgeous. She did such a phenomenal job on these colors. I love it. And it's the Rocketeer Rainbow Dashing Dark Gray colorway. I did not catch that there's 496 yards in this. So that's part of the reason why they are a lot longer than my normal sock, because I have the yardage to do it. So I decided to give it a whirl. This will be my first true afterthought. I have never cut a heel before, but when it was time to put in the heel, I was just talking too much and I could not process that. So it got set aside, and we will be adventurous together and try afterthought heel. For my spinning this week, the braid I showed last week, which once again was Yarn Geek Fibers. See, I hope that's showing you right, because it's showing it backwards to me. This is her Chasing Rainbows Beta colorway, and this is what it did. And I am so excited about this. It has not been washed, so it's very energized. You can see how horribly energized it is, really. It's nice and twisty. It just came off the bobbin this afternoon. And what I did was, the color of the braid started out gray, and then it did all the colors at the bottom. So half of the braid was gray and half of it was colored. I split the braid in half, and I spun one direction, and then I flipped it and I spun it the other direction, and that's how I applied it. So I had colored in gray and it went all the way through. So I'm really excited to see how this knits up, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I also ended up with quite a bit of gray. Let's see. Yep, gray in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ball wind this off, and I will spin it 2-ply from a center pole ball. And so I'm thinking maybe I will do like a shawl with, starting with this and then using the gray as an edging at the bottom. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I ended up with about 224 yards of color. I am not one of those people that ever gets a lot of yardage out of a 4-ounce braid. I'm just talented like that. Try as I might, I just don't. I usually average somewhere between 3 and 350 yardage out of a 4-ounce braid. But they tend to poof up quite a bit, and that's how I spin. I spin for fun. I do not spin for yardage. So I'm okay with that overall. I don't know what will go on my wheel next. I haven't fully decided. I am going to shift my focus quite a bit and try to get these socks done by the end of the month, because I have, you can't see it, but right now I have a box of yarn that just came in to do some dyeing. So I'm going to try to get some things dyed up over the next 2 weeks, but also I have 2 new yarn bases over there that I want to try. So I will dye those up and I will knit with them for myself first to see how I like the feel, how does it take the color, how does it wear, before I decide I will carry those in the shop. And it is coming up on sweater weather, and I'm thinking I might need a new sweater or two. So I want to make sure I get my Socktober socks done, and then I can play with what's over there. Because, you know, who doesn't want to play with sweaters, right? So that is what I have going on with my projects and my spinning. For those of y'all keeping track of my Master Knitter program, I mailed off another resubmit. I mailed it off Friday. It is expected to be delivered today. So I will see. Hopefully by next week I will have some kind of information. But they tell you, you know, you never know when you're going to get info. If I've passed or not, or how much I will have to resubmit again. The resubmission process is not, it's not terrible. It's just, you know, I want instant gratification. Tell me how I did. So, however, if you look right there, that is my binder for level 1. I guess I really could just pull it out and show it to you folks. So this is my binder for level 1, and I'm really proud of all the work that has gone into this. So as you see, I have swatches and information on all of them. And so, like I said, I have done 17 swatches. That's a lot of swatching and a lot of information that went into it. My book report's in here. My mitt is in here, which I'm really proud of. All of that's here. So hopefully, like I said, by next week we'll have a little more information and my binder might grow a little more. So there's that. And then we were talking about the shop a moment ago. The shop will have, I will have my first trunk show. The shop will have its first trunk show at the end of the month. On Halloween Day, I will be in Bloomington, Indiana in a yarn basket. Something. Doing a trunk show down there. So if you're in the area, I'd love for you to stop by and say hi. If not, totally understand. It is a bit of a drive for some, I'm sure. So that's okay. But I will have my first trunk show that day. I'm a little nervous. Never done one. But excited that I was asked to come in and visit with them. I will take all the yarn. I keep looking over there because the shop lives over there. All the stuff to be dyed lives over there. Everything that's dyed is upstairs in our neighbor guest room. The kids call it the neighbor room. So everything's up there that's already dyed. I will have yarn, I will have fiber, and I will have our drop spindles. They will be with us as well. So, like I said, if you're in the area, stop on by. I think that's about all I have today to talk about. Like I said, I don't know what's coming up for projects, but you can tune in next week and we'll figure it out by then, hopefully. I'm glad you stopped by to visit with me and look forward to you next week. See ya!